Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Georgetown, Guyana, Carlos St. John, or as we know him, St. John, is no stranger to the melting pot. Now, drawing from his Caribbean roots and summers abroad to tapping into the ever-evolving underground music scene of New York, and the world for that matter, over the years, St. John has found the sweet spot of fusion. Just as Remy Martin is recognized for quality year after year, St. John's musical appetite has landed him writing credits on chart-topping hits, critical acclaim, and industry recognition. This year, Billboard and Vibe are honoring the veteran with the esteemed Remy Martin Impact and Excellence Award, crowning his achievements over his decade-long journey from aspiring bedroom writer to chart-topping superstar. And it wouldn't be right to celebrate him alone. Together, I'm joined by fellow colleagues to walk us through St. John's exciting road to excellence. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
So talk to me about the award and what it means for St. John to receive it.
Wow, us at Vibe, we've been in a really dope partnership with Billboard for the past 5 years with the hip hop and R&B Power Players list. And Vibe had probably about 10 years ago started the Impact Awards. And that's where we would single out an artist that had like crazy catalog. So we did Mary J. Blige first, and then we did Nas, and then we had a hiatus. And when we kind of joined forces with Billboard, we brought it back. And the first award we wanted to do it was during the time of like, social injustice, and we really wanted to highlight people that were putting in that work. And the first person we did was Meek Mill for his prison reform work. And then the next year, we wanted to honor Nipsey Hussle. And he had, of course, passed away. And we just felt like we had to honor him anyway. And then, of course, COVID comes. And here we are now. And during that time, we were looking at St. John. We were looking at him back in the day, like early 2020, Roses is popping. And we wanted to showcase and kind of expand the award into excellence as well. We wanted to kind of like broaden it a bit for people that have put in the work socially and then have also put in the work on the music side.
I know it's so exciting to hear that backstory from you because he does have an incredible career so far.
Yes.
I mean, the success of Roses, and of course, Brown Skin Girl. I mean, he worked with Beyonce, but he also worked with Blue Ivy, which is pretty cool. So talk to me a little bit, Nina, about his career so far.
St. John is somebody who started off in Brooklyn. That's where he grew up. And, he had that, obviously, that rap side to him, but then he's also like, as you sort of pointed out, this rock star, right? Like he has this aesthetic and this vibe that's very Lenny Kravitz-esque, which is not a coincidence, right? Like that's another.
The guy had a Louis Vuitton water bottle. I'm just saying.
No, he has this like very cool like presence, not only on the artist side, but also as a songwriter. Like he's worked with Usher, he's worked with Division, he's worked with Jadena. That just goes to show that he's a multifaceted artist, where it's like he not only can speak from his own perspective, but he can also sort of mold himself to speak from the perspectives of these really diverse artists.
Yeah, and I love that you said multifaceted because speaking on what you said about the award, there's lots of levels to this. Yes. So can you talk us through a little bit of his philanthropic efforts?
Totally. You can have someone who has these hits like Roses that went all the way to #4 on the Billboard Hot 100. But even when he was having that moment, he chose to turn the spotlight onto something else. And so back in June, 2020, he was announcing the remix with Future of that song, and they were supposed to do a music video for it. And instead, he took the budget for the music video, which was like $60,000, told his label at the time, give me another $40K, and then added another $25K. So if we're doing the math correctly, that should be $125,000. And he donated the whole budget and some from his personal funds to donate to bail funds and to Black-owned businesses who needed it at the time. And I just feel like that speaks to his character. And also with his lifestyle brand, he designed these really dope like Dear Superhero t-shirts that honored Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, and so many other Black people who were victims of injustices, and donated 100% of the proceeds to the Equal Justice Initiative. And that's a nonprofit that, provides legal representation for those who were wrongly convicted of crimes. And so I feel like St. John is multifaceted in that sense, like you were saying, because there's so many parts of him, the music, his own brand, that he is making sure touches people.
Sounds like impact and excellence. So cheers to St. John, and here's a toast to excellence.